That's success. That's the reality of it. So you have to do it. It's just something you have to do. There are a few misconceptions about lead generation that we need to put behind us. I can't do it. How many people have read The Millionaire Real Estate Agent? So you've read most of these myths. I can't do it. Until you try, you can't possibly know what you can do or can't do. I can't do it. Is it you can't or you won't? You can't or you don't want to? Because you can. It's just a matter of doing it. So try to do it. And I don't care if you. And the truth of it is, if you're starting from zero, I'm not asking you to go to hero. I'm not asking you to go from 0 to 3 hours. See, because that's where some of us lose it. You know how hard it was for when I've dieted a lot. But you know how hard it was to go from eating all that great stuff to eating lettuce? You can't do it. You can't do it. But you can start somewhere. So try just a little bit. Try scheduling 15 minutes in your morning. Make 5 calls. Make 5. Make 4. But start somewhere so that you can grow a business, because that's what you're here, right? I mean, we all got in real estate, and it's hard for you guys to get a real estate license up here. So you went through all that work and all that effort to do just a little bit. It can't be done in my market. Yes, it can. You may need a new approach. Now, I don't know if you guys come across that here, different market, but I mean, the truth of the matter is it can. I don't know if it's a myth here or not. It would take too much time and effort. I would lose my freedom. Time and effort are not deciding factors in success. I want you to think of the level of your business is at. And then I want you to think of the top agent in this area. What's the difference between your incomes? $1 million? I mean, it's a lot, right? Does that person have any more time than you? Do they really have any more time? They have what?
They have more money.
Well, they have more money.
How'd they get it?
But they don't have any more time. See, time are not a deciding factors in success. Do you think they work harder than you?
Less.
You think yes?
No, I think they work less.
Oh, less. You know, the reality of that is we have mega agents that travel around the country in Keller Williams that teach all of the time. They don't just close one transaction, they close hundreds of transactions, and they take weeks off of the year to do this. They don't get paid to do it, they just do it because they enjoy doing it. But they're going to teach you. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So it's not about the effort you put into it. It's not. It's not. Because you're going to gain, by doing it, you gain freedom. Do you know when I work the hardest? When I have no plan of action. When I come in and I'm not scheduled and I'm not time blocked, I work so much harder. You know when I leave the office early is when I come in the morning and I'm time blocked and I'm scheduled and I do what I'm supposed to do and I get it done and I get my points over and I do them and I finish with my day and I can leave there feeling, I did my job today and it's cool. I'm going to go do what I want to do what I enjoy, do what's fun for me. Go to the gym. I'm not going to. That's not really fun sometimes. Sorry, it's hard. But I'm going to go do something that I enjoy. I'm going to go spend time with my son. I'm going to, it's when we time block and we do the things we're supposed to do. See, it's when we don't do the things every time that we sit at the office and we go, I haven't done that yet. That frog is still sitting there and I'm not going to eat it until the end of the day. I'm going to do 4:45 before I make my 15 minutes calls. It's 4:45. Still not feeling it. I can't leave yet because I haven't done what I said I was supposed to do. And then 5:30 comes and you're, on the phone with someone and says, I got to move up today. I got to go home because dinner's on the table and I got to get out of here. I can't eat that. That's what we do every day. And we feel guilty when we go home. And when we're home thinking about what we didn't do. We're not spending time with the family. We're not doing things we enjoy. We're sitting home thinking about what we didn't do. Is that not true? It's too risky. I'll lose money. Risk is in direct proportion to how well you hold your incremental costs accountable to producing incremental results. You said they make how much?
A lot.
A lot more money than you, right? But the reality of it is there's 2 ways to make money. How do you make money? How do you make money? Spend it. Okay. But that's exactly what this is about. Holding it to your incremental costs. 2 ways to make money are do more activities and increase your business. Whether you're a store, you want to increase your sales, or whether you're selling homes, you have to increase your home sales. Or the other side of it is
Increase your expenses.
Decrease your expenses. Those are the two ways to make more money. See, we have an agent in our area that is losing her home to foreclosure, and she is our top agent in our area. Is she successful making money? Is she a successful agent? What's her challenges? She spends too much. It's not even any more complicated than that. Because I can promise you, she sits in her office for hours thinking, what do I need to do? Oh my goodness. And the answer isn't hard. It's simple. It's about making more money and doing what you're supposed to do to increase your business or cover your costs. So if you're not making the money you want to make, but you're doing a lot of business, then you need to really look at the expenses that you're putting out. Does it cost money to make money? It can. But if you're spending $400 on, I'm just going to say newspaper ad, I'm going to do that a lot. If you're spending $400 a month on a newspaper ad and you're never getting a lead from it, is that cost-effective marketing?
No.
Right? I mean, I truly believe that in Keller Williams we are so lucky because everything we need to be successful in real estate is given to us as agents. We do pay for it, being part of Keller Williams office, but they provide it for us. That's powerful. So when you go back and you look at your expenses, understand, how you make money and get both sides of that. Don't just get one side that I need to increase my business. So in increasing my business, I'm going to send out 700 postcards, and I'm going to send it out to this neighborhood. The scariest thing is that, and that's free, which is a phone. You can go door knock. I have an agent in my office who door knocks, and he's so successful. He started with nothing in an area where he doesn't know anybody, and he door knocks every day. And he likes it because he's scared of that. Well, it's true. It's the only reason he does it is because he's afraid of that, which is fine. I don't care. Couldn't care less. He's out to knocking on doors. He's doing well. So that's the thing. If you're scared of that, find something else. And that was my deal with him. You don't want to make phone calls. Find something else. And he did. He went door knocking and he enjoyed it. And he does it really well, simply based on not doing that. So, guys, we're on slide 13, and there's only 50 of them. So don't worry, we're right on track. We might need a break in the middle. So the goal is 36 transactions, 12 months, by spending 3 hours every day working on lead generation. So the question is, what can I spend 3 hours doing every day that'll do more to build my business than lead generation? What's the answer to that?
Nothing.
Do you want success in your career? Decide that you will not settle for average. Who wants to be average?
What?
You and I will have to talk afterwards. There's a big difference between ordinary and extraordinary. I'll show you that. When did we get
Matt?
Yeah, I'm going to go through these slides. Amazing versus average. At the end of the day, we all want to be amazing. The time you have to do this is going to be over 12 months. So you're running a strong, successful business. It takes time. It's consistent focus on lead generation so that you can generate 36 transactions in 1 year. Don't give up doing that. Okay, let's look at what lead generation does. A myth versus this is the reality. See, we as real estate agents, did I scare you? Realistically, as when we start lead generating, what happens is we get on this. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it for this week. See, I did that when I did farming, and I farmed for 3 months in 700 different areas. Well, it didn't work, right? I mean, truly, I spent a lot of money, and it didn't work for me. But I learned through mistakes, and I knew you were going to sit there. I knew that's why you were putting close up front. That's good. You're doing it again. See, we expect that as we lead generate every day, that our business is just going to rocket to the top. That's what we expect as agents. And when it doesn't go, boom, we go, it failed, it doesn't work. It fails, it doesn't work. We're not going to do it anymore because it doesn't work. But you have to understand, real estate is about building systems and relationships. It's about building relationships. I mean, we're in a business where we have to build relationships and we have to create systems to build those relationships. Absolutely. But that's what it's about. So relationship building doesn't go like that. Think of your group of friends. friends. You might have you had one friend, and then you had two friends, and you went from 2 friends to 4 friends, then you went from 4 friends to 8 friends, and then you went from mine stopped at 8. I don't know where do you go from there. But realistically, that's how you build a real estate business. So it's about being, when we talked about it being consistent every day and doing it every day and doing it always, and I don't care how much you do, just do it. Because doing zero of it isn't going to get you anything. And if you're disciplined enough, because once you do it for 15 minutes, you'll do it for 30 minutes. You'll do it. I just spoke to a gentleman, and it's funny because it's exactly like real estate. I plan on doing a long bike trip here coming in very soon. And I talked to this guy, he's 69 years old, he went from Chicago to Los Angeles. And what he said to me, he said, and I said, what kind of shape are you in? You know, I'm 36 or 69, I hope I'm better shape than you, but who knows? And he said to me, you know, it didn't matter. And I said, what do you mean it didn't matter? He said, I was in good enough shape. He said, but as I went along, it got easier. He said, I started out each day doing 30 and 40 miles. And that was my plan of action. He said, but by the end of it, I was doing 100 miles, and it was easier than it was to do the first 30. Lead generation is no different than that. If you would just take time and step out of your comfort zone and say, I'm going to take 15 minutes today to step out of my comfort zone, because that's what it is. It's a comfort zone, it's nothing else. We're afraid of the word no, but that doesn't matter. We get told it all the time, and as children, we were told it all the time, which is why we don't like it. At least I was told it all the time. I still am, but I still don't like it. But it doesn't scare me, right? It's just not now, not at this point. But if you take it and you do 15 minutes of it today, that 15 minutes will turn into 30 minutes, and will turn into 45 minutes, and it will turn into an hour. And after you turn it into something, you're going to create a habit where it just becomes something you do every day. I mean, who does it every day? Do you do it every day? Is it you wake up in the morning and you go, oh, I dread doing it? No, not anymore. You just do it. It's like brushing your teeth. You just do it.
No.
Yeah, I do it once a week just to prevent any issues. I schedule it. But the reality of it is you just get up and do it. It really isn't any different. We look at it differently because it's something that we think we don't like, but it isn't really any different. I can promise you. So where do you start? The power of a database. A record of your business successes. The truth. When you hear of doctors or lawyers selling their practices, what are they really selling? Their contact database and the relationships they've built with people in it. Who knows Tony DeCello, Diana Kuko's Goods? When he got out of real estate, he sold his book of business for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. He sold it to another agent because he decided, I'm done with real estate, I'm out of real estate, I'm moving on to something different. You today have a book of business that's for sale. You guys have a book of business. Because see, that's a habit. And that's something that you need to work on. So we're going to talk a little bit about the database, because we've got to start somewhere. Where do you lead generate, right? You got to lead generate every day. You got to call people 3 hours a day, blah, 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 blah. We all know that. Some of us get stuck in the who. Who do we call? What do we do? Where do we go? What do we need to do? If I sit here in my office and I look at the phone, that's lead generating, right? I'll just sit here and look at it, and it will ring.
Real hard.
Yeah, real hard. If you stare at it hard enough, it will ring. Sometimes it's my wife. Obey the laws. So the 4 laws of obviously building your database is build a database, feed it every day, communicate with it in a systematic way, service all the leads that come your way. How many of you follow these laws with your database? How many of you, raise your hand if you have a database, like a real database? How many of you know the exact numbers in your database? Raise your hand. Do you feed it every day? Do you feed it every day? Have you fed it? Yes. Okay. Do you communicate with it in a systematic way?
Yeah, just maybe 3 times.
Great, because that's exactly what I was about to say. Service all the leads that come your way. Isn't that what eEdge was based around? I mean, isn't that what the program is based around? Isn't that some of the most important things about real estate that most agents don't do? See, when we create a tool at Keller Williams, we create it for a reason, and that's the reason we create it.